What's up with my Amazon sword? So this is what you call above um, above water growth, like that broadly. This is months and months down the road from when I originally purchased it, and it basically consumes that leaf and then starts to bud these new growths. Kind of trying a different angle with the camera, and eventually you'll start getting these like offshoots, and these are finally, after months, and it looked pretty good for a while, but eventually that gets consumed. And I guess depending on, I didn't have the best substrate, you start getting these growths here. And I don't know if you could see them coming out of the leaf. This is one of them, kind of in the center of the screen, just those little spindly sticks. That'll eventually, it's making a rhizome, and it's making all these new little offshoots. And those are below water growth. And so what you'll do is that finally, after this part of the plant basically gets consumed to create these are actually what you're going to wind up planting. And that could be, I mean, like somebody like me, we're talking months later. For the most part, the plant looked really nice, but slowly started turning into this. And so just keep that in mind. And I'm going to show you some bigger versions off, I'm almost positive, the same plant. And so you'll get at different rates. So the leaves that died sooner made much bigger growth, so it's not that big of a time delay, but it is. So just something to be aware of with your Amazon sword. There's two phases of there's two different phases of a lot of these plants. There's what they call above water, and then what they call below water. So I'm going to quickly take you into the next room, and you can see maybe that a little bit closer. So just bear with me for a second. I don't have the best light. Actually, I don't have any light in this tank, but this is that same plant, and those are the same rhizomes that have eventually sort of, I may have wrapped it around this, or they just latched onto it, but that's the same Amazon sword with some new growth, very translucent. I kind of took the light off this tank for just a little bit. This is just an emergency tank that I have set up. I store some plants, I got some moss and stuff. But that's the same Amazon fern finally going into its next phase of more below water growth. This, what's right in front of you here. Yeah, and so it's nice because, you know, that one plant, as nice as that was, and as sad as it is to watch it kind of slowly, very slowly wilt into nothing, you do eventually get all those offshoots that you can then plant. And I have a bare spot back here. There's some there that I planted. Yeah, so I'm kind of waiting. That's another little algae took it over. You can see in the back there, that's another Amazon leaf that I just shoved down with the rhizomes on it. It's kind of buried in the back. Right now I'm using this wood to cover the pipe, but really I wanted the Amazon to do that. I don't know if there's any more hiding back there. Looks like there's another little one right there in the center low, kind of the green translucent. And then here was one that got taken over by algae. all from that same plant. So just something to be aware of when you're buying certain plants. They have different phases. A lot of them are grown above water, and then they have to transition to their below water phase. And so that's kind of a long process potentially in what you're observing, but if you keep the plant as healthy as you can, you'll you'll get these growth, and you can then plant them, and that could be months later. So just be patient and be vigilant and understanding of what to expect from these plants. Okay.